Hello, welcome to your mission briefing. I am Senior Agent Kadiri. Should you choose to accept, your goal is to earn your license to secure and master the art of Microsoft Sentinel. This is more than a mere title. It is your key to unraveling the mysteries of Microsoft Sentinel and fortifying your digital realm against malicious forces. Your mission today, disarming the cost culprit. The cost factor breaches projections threatening to compromise our resource allocation. Help me neutralize the fiscal threat through managing Sentinel log ingestion using BlueVoyant strategies. The cost culprit. We start with a list of log sources. Now, not all log sources are created equal, but we have some work to do. We must first look at which log sources are our biggest contributors and the loudest and noisiest to figure out where our costs may be. It's important to start with a list of log sources because that is our trail of evidence. Everything we have on the log side will turn into various costs in different parts of our Microsoft Sentinel infrastructure. How are we going to neutralize our fiscal threat? We have a couple of different options. Of course, after we consider our initial log ingestion, there are things like data collection rules. We can even put things in Azure Data Explorer, but we need to step back and say which use cases are security relevant and which ones are not. So if we want to go back to our culprit and our security costs, we have to think first about our logs, and then we have to think about the detections that we have that may fire. Because every log that's in there isn't necessarily the same equivalent cost. Some have 20 rules and some have 2 rules. So make sure as you're sniffing down the case, you consider not only just what the log ingestion is going to be, but also how many detections you have and how often those detections may fire. You may find yourself in a stickier situation than you started with. If you do, there's always the option of not keeping those logs in Sentinel. And thank goodness Azure gives us plenty of other places to investigate. All we need is our friendly friend, KQL. So if we decide that we want to go down this path of thinking about costs and where we might need to look next, the last place to look is those logic apps and other Azure functions and automations. When you're trying to get your total cost of ownership, you may need to look at not only just how often the detections are firing and how much those logs themselves are costing you, but also how much the automations associated with those cost as well. So hopefully those are enough guidance points to help us get through this cost culprit investigation. Your license to secure is more than a title. It is your key to solving the Sentinel enigma and hardening safeguards around your digital realm. Before you begin your mission, you may find it helpful to consult with another senior agent or dive into our resources. Use the link provided with this mission briefing to download a copy of our Sentinel Best Practices Guide or sign up for a one-to-one consultation with our experts. This briefing will now self-destruct.